Hi there. Today I want to talk about content. I have quite a lot of material on creating content strategies that you can look back at a lot of my previous videos or posts, and I'll give you more information there. But one of the topics that I wanted to cover today is how do you come up with what your content strategy should look like? And this is more geared to an organization that has already been in market a little bit. You already have some clients, you're interacting with them on a regular basis, and you have a staff that you're able to ask questions of that are dealing with your customers. As a marketing person, I always encourage you to reach out to customers and develop one-on-one relationships with them. For the select few, not all of them, but you can select the ones that are happy customers and just develop a relationship with them that you can go and ask questions, you can validate messaging, that you can bounce ideas off of. So when I'm talking about developing a content strategy, it's having those clients in place, people that you can go to, and clients that you just didn't acquire, or customers that you just didn't acquire like just now. If they've only started using your solution, then you can ask them certain questions about how they found you. Why did they choose your solution versus someone else? Those types of things are also helpful. But when you have customers that have been on board for 6 months, a year, a little bit longer than that, they become a font of information that you can then use to develop further strategies. It's not just bouncing ideas off of them, but asking them directly, like, how come you're using this particular feature? Why are you expanding this to, our solution to other branches of your organization? What are the results that you're seeing? How are you using the solution? This is a really good one because a lot of times client or customers will implement a solution, and what you'll see is that, yes, they're using it for the thing that they bought it for, but there's also side uses that you didn't perceive, or things that you didn't anticipate the or the solution solving for them. And those are the nuggets that you want to dig out, especially if you start seeing consistency across different customers and how they're using it. It's great to bubble that up and create content around that. So one of the things that I would recommend is that, especially as you're in a planning cycle and you're trying to decide over the next 3 to 6 months what content you're going to develop for your audience, to either top of the funnel to bring people to your brand, or middle of the funnel or bottom of the funnel to help accelerate sales and help out the sales team in just getting to revenue faster, is go and have a 2-3 week period where you are just meeting with like a customer every day or every other day and asking them questions. And you should keep it conversational because nobody should feel like they're being grilled, but come to the table with questions that you want to ask them, that is pulling these nuggets out. And once you get those nuggets and you're able to document them, you're going to have a list of items that you can delve a little bit deeper on. And it could be focused on any part of the funnel. It could be stuff that's right for after the funnel that you give to the customer success team to write up. I mean, there's lots of information that you can get just from having a conversation with a customer that you didn't anticipate. Because at the end of the day, our staff that are working with customers, they are a lot of times able to document some of the uses of the solution, or why somebody is using it in a certain way, how they're using it in a certain way. But that's not their job. Is not to think, oh, I should get this over to marketing and let them write about it, or get it over to a content person and have them document it and really investigate it further. That's not top of mind for them. It's top of mind for you. So you need to go and dig that out. So you can have these conversations with the customers. You should also then following that to get more detail, because you don't want to you don't want to take up 2 hours of their time. If you could take half an hour of their time and get the gist of what they're trying to get to you, and then go work with your customer success team or your IT team or whoever's interacting with these customers on a regular basis, and get more details from them on how they're actually doing these things, you're going to have a content calendar that is filled for months and months. It'll take you a while to get through all of that, but at least that gives you a starting point of creating a content strategy that is taken from the field. So what I like to say is, let the customer tell you what your messaging is. You can develop the best messaging all day long, but if you don't go and talk to your customers, you are missing a huge link to getting more customers like them. Most people have the same problems across organizations, the same size of organization, the same vertical. They're all going to have very similar problems. So if you can lock it down and talk to a couple of representatives that are in your portfolio that are part of the audience you want to expand into, go talk to them. That's the simplest way to develop a content strategy, rather than using ChatGPT or Copilot or something like that to come up with ideas. That's also a tool, but talking to the individuals themselves will give you so much information. And you should really listen to the way in which they say the things, because a lot of times what we do on our end as marketers, and I'm sure as a marketing person who has created messaging before, sometimes you overthink it, or you make it too complex, or you make it too simple, or you say it in a way that is not the way that the market or the customer thinks about it. And so if you can use the language that the person is giving to you, not like straight away, but if you can take how they're communicating or talking about the features or the functions or the benefits or what are the usages of that solution, that's going to give you a lot of great information, not just the gist of what you're trying to write about, but how to say it, how to communicate it. So really listen to that voice that they have, and experiment with some of those messages that they give you in the tone that they give it to you. So that's my tip on getting started with a content strategy, so that you're not doing it in a vacuum and you're actually getting feedback from your audience, the audience you want to expand into. It'll make your job easier. It's not going to be easy to schedule all those meetings, but you're going to get so much more out of it, out of those conversations, than you would if you were just sitting at your desk trying to get it down on paper out of your head or from conversations with your internal team. So really talk to your customers, develop relationships with them, and you're going to be a step ahead of everyone else. Thanks. If you have any questions or any tips, leave them in the comments. Would love to start a conversation. Thanks. Bye.